It's decision day in Ohio and across the nation. Voters are lining up at polls across central Ohio right now. We thank you for joining us for 10 TV News at noon today. I'm Tracy Townsend. The polls will close in 7.5 hours, and then the results will start to roll in. Of course, all eyes are here on the Buckeye State as we are the only state with abortion on the ballot. And that's why 10 TV has live team coverage for you today at noon. Amy Steigerwald is keeping tabs on any polling issues that pop up. We'll get to her in just a second, but first let's get to Kevin Landers. He's live from one of the busiest polling locations in Clintonville. Kevin.
Well, good afternoon. 5 states have already enshrined abortion rights into their constitution. Tonight we'll find out if Ohio will join them. And as we talk to people who left this polling station here in Clintonville, it's clear what issue has voters motivating them to cast their ballot.
The single-file line inside the Whetstone Community Center stretched out the door and nearly around the building. It took many voters by surprise.
I got here before it even opened, like 5 minutes, and I still waited like a half hour to vote.
What is billed as one of the most significant elections in Ohio history, many of the voters told us there was one issue that motivated them to cast their ballot.
All of the issues brought me to the polls, but one of the most important ones was issue 1.
He's not alone.
Issue 1, it's really important for women, so I think everybody should get out and vote.
The biggest one was issue 1.
Issue 1, pretty much.
Ohio is the only state with abortion on the ballot, and the nation is watching how we vote. The result could determine the trajectory of political campaigns both statewide and nationally.
I do think that this is going to say something to the nation about the degree to which voters wanted, accept, and want to see, abortion limitations pursued after the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Now, we're already told at this precinct they've already handed out about 15 provisional ballots. That's the result of people with expired driver's licenses or people who just failed to update their address. In order for issue 1 to pass, it will need a simple majority of 50% plus 1. Republicans tried to increase that to 60%, but voters rejected it. We'll follow this election throughout the night and bring you the latest developments starting at 11 o'clock. Reporting live in Clintonville, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
Kevin, thank you. The other big issue on the ballot is issue 2. Now, if issue 2 passes, recreational marijuana would be legalized in the state. Medical marijuana is already legal. This would allow anyone 21 and older to buy and possess up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis and 15 grams of extract. It would go into effect 30 days after being passed. Continuing our team coverage right now at noon. In the last few hours, 10 TV learned there was an issue at polls in Worthington-Kilbourne High School. 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald is there now. There were claims, Amy, that people were being turned away.
Yeah, that's right, Tracy. Those were what we were hearing. Right now, though, we're learning there has been pretty much no issues within the past hour and a half since we've been here. Voters have been filing in here to cast their ballot, no problem. And there was only a slight hiccup earlier this morning here at Worthington-Kilbourne High School. Officials at the Franklin County Board of Elections tell us there was a poll worker here at this voting location who misread a ballot style earlier this morning, and that caused a little bit of confusion among voters. A few of them did not want to wait to have things sorted out here, but were given the option to come back later and cast their ballot should they want to do that. Meantime, I'm told no voters were forced to vote provisionally solely because of this mix-up, and since then the voting has continued here without any issues. Like I mentioned, voters have been filing in here for the past hour or so. The lunch rush really starting right now. Now, as a reminder, polls close at 7:30 tonight, and if you are in line at 7:30, you will be able to cast your ballot, so be sure to stay in line to do that. We'll continue bringing you coverage throughout the day of any other issues that pop up, but so far, this is the only one that we've been alerted to. For now, I'm live in Columbus. Amy Steigerwald for 10 TV News.
Amy, thank you. Voters in Columbus are also deciding whether to support the Columbus City Schools. There is a levy for the district. It's called Issue 11 on your ballot. The almost $100 million levy would support a number of district building improvements and staffing positions. If it passes, it would also expand the Columbus City Schools pre-K program. And when it comes to staffing positions like ESL interpreters, almost 100 school counselors, and more than 50 substitutes could be reduced if the levy does not pass.
the needs of our students will not go away. Right? We already know where our students are academically. We know what their needs are, their social emotional learning needs. We know their mental health needs. We know that where they're about their attendance, behavior. We have all the data. And so we know that we'll continue to think creatively, problem solve, work with our community partners.
If the levy passes, it will cost taxpayers nearly $270 per $100,000 of a property value each year. And now, while poll workers, are hard at work, some voters already have their votes being counted. 10 TV talked with the Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose a few hours ago about how the state is working to get votes in quickly.
One of the great things that Ohio does is we process those absentee ballots as they're coming in. And we know there's still something like 100,000 that are outstanding. So we've been reminding Ohioans to get those mailed in. At this point, now that Election Day is here, if you don't have your absentee ballot mailed in yet, you've got to deliver it to the Board of Elections before 7:30 tonight. It's too late to mail it in. It had to be postmarked by yesterday. But we process those as soon as they come in. That means we check the signature, open the envelope, all the processes, even flattening the thing out. This is one of the key differences between Ohio and other states like, say, Pennsylvania. And one of the reasons why it takes them sometimes days to announce their unofficial election results is they don't even start slicing open envelopes until Election Day. We've been doing that for 4 weeks.
Precincts will start reporting when the polls close tonight at 7:30. We have a full newsroom that will be watching that data roll in live. We are going to bring you the results both on air and online. Remember, at 7 o'clock, we have extended coverage for you with a special edition of 10 TV News at 7. Then at 9 o'clock, we will have a live stream with real-time results and analysis on our YouTube page and on 10 TV Plus. But